Welcome, viewers of Edu TV across the world, in the first education channel and in our favorite program, Schools, Universities, and Corporate Connect. This is your host, Pranav Thakurta from Edu TV, New Delhi, India. Today, we are in our prestigious program, the Vice Chancellor's Roundtable. Our guests today are Professor Raghur Singh, Vice Chancellor, Tirthankar Mahavir University, Moradabad. Professor Raj Singh, Vice Chancellor, Jain University, Bangalore. Professor G. Raghurama, Vice Chancellor, DIT University, Dehradun. Dr. Madhuri Parthi, academic leader and education strategist. And our moderator is a young girl, Aparna Mitra. Over to you, Aparna.
Okay, it is Birmingham City University. I did my MBA many years ago and I'm not young. I'll just do a quick introduction of what we are going to talk about today. It is about curriculum reforms, and we have been already introduced to the esteemed panel that we have. Just to kind of give a start to this show, I'll share a small experience of my own, and hopefully that would be a little bit of a catch point for you to progress with your comments. This is my personal experience. I studied bachelor's here, master's here in India. I was a economics graduate, and then I started to work, and in a couple of years somebody advised me to take a course in MBA in management, and I chose to go to the UK to do my management studies. And already being a postgraduate, I thought, it would be something of a breeze for me, and I would be able to kind of do the course pretty easily. But I felt that I was thrown in the deep end, not because the course was difficult, but it was completely different. The way the courses were delivered to us, the teacher and taught relationship, everything was different. But the learning curve, although was steep for me, it was extremely fruitful. And what that 1 year did to me in terms of my academic transformation, I could not achieve that in my 17 years of education here in India. And that's where I feel that this is a great opportunity for people to kind of listen to comments from what professionals in academia feel passionately about here in India in terms of making reforms that they truly wish to. And maybe, this could create some sort of a momentum in actually opening up a wider discussion. So what I would do is I would welcome each one of you to speak for 5 minutes in the beginning, and while the speaker is on note, I'd request others to be on mute. And then once everyone's done, we'll open up the floor for an open discussion. I'll move on to Professor Raghurama. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Pranav and Edu TV, and my colleagues in the panel, Dr. Raj Singh and Professor Raghur Singh. Dr. Raj Singh and Professor Raghur Singh talked about the need for some philosophical tones and actually what is that we should be doing. I fully agree with them. Now, I think this is the time for universities to make that dramatic change. It is in some sense forced in some universities. Let us remember that 80 to 90%, I don't know the exact number, are public universities where the curriculum was frozen a decade ago maybe. So while we can talk about curricular reform, and some of us in the universities are lucky, there are about 90% of the system is still traditional. And I don't know how this will change so dramatically for them. Now let us focus on universities which can actually have the autonomy and then the ability to do the change. NEP by intent and the content is very clear. I don't think we have any confusion and nobody can start questioning that. Of course, there are naysayers because there are some, when we were talking about NEP, one of them said, NEP nowhere talks about faculty. It's about student centric. So are we redundant? Then we said, no, NEP talks about only about teachers because this is how teachers have to take. The philosophy is of higher education, basically, in my view, is how do you make a person a lifelong learner? Technology changes, society changes, pandemic, endemic, anything you can come. So can he adapt? So we have to prepare lifelong learners. The second point is that what does the NEP say? It talks about GER going from somewhere 27% to doubling by 2035. That means if you look at the basic need of infrastructure, it has to almost double. I don't think India has the capacity to just replicate what is existing today and double by 2035. So NEP talks about giving flexibility, giving different modes of pedagogies. It talks about strongly about hybrid learning. For example, a student need not come 100% of the time to the class. He may 50% at home or wherever he wants to join, 50% in there. People may rotate. These are, first of all, we should say that this is required. If you have to go to that 50% GER, we have no other option than looking for new pedagogies. The second thing is, therefore, curricular reform has to happen if you have to accept that. The second point is, we are now talking about holistic education. Are we being very no? I think the mistakes we have all learned or done in the education sector is making it narrow and then too focused. This is to, even in reputed institutions like national universities, including IITs, the so much of core courses were actually pushed. Now, today we are talking about core is also a basket, just like electives. There is no more, we have to change from the strategy of saying core is mandatory. No, core is also a basket. So students can choose. The flexibility in a student-centric system, if you acknowledge the fact that every student is different from the other, we should give them the flexibility to choose. That is possible only when we change the curriculum. So reforms are essential, but keeping in mind what is it that it has to achieve. One is you have to cater to a larger number. Therefore, you have to incorporate new technologies and accept flipped classes, hybrid learning, etc. Second, you have to give flexibility to the students. Don't make it rigid core discipline courses, etc. Create baskets. So I was telling my faculty that it is like if I have 4,000 students, I am 4,000 programs. I can say mechanical engineering, two students are too different. They have different aspirations. So if you have to meet, I should be flexible in my scheduling the classes. And today, NEP or the curricular framework from UGC also talks about allowing students to take 40% of the courses through online. That means they can choose the courses the university may not have the capacity to do. So the reform should tell the university, okay, I do allow this. Okay, I do credits for the acknowledge credits for that, which is acquired by online means. The third important point is that next important point is that we are talking about multiple entry exit. That means if a student at the end of first year gets in undergraduate education, 3-year program or a 4-year program, if you have to get a certificate, what is that certificate used for? So unless we create a system where the first year is also changed so that at the end of first year, he can actually go and some industry will tell, okay, this is what I want. Now, if I split my 4-year program into 4 years and say at the end of 4 years, he completes this and gets a degree outcome based or whatever I want to say, what happens? What is this certificate or a diploma worth? So the curriculum has to change to incorporate that if you have to create. Unfortunate part today is that university have started implementing it too fast, in my view. Sometimes the governments force it, not central government, more of state governments have started saying, implement NEP, and the universities, without really understanding the core of the issues involved, they start issuing certificates, diplomas, etc. That will happen. So if a student has to spend for a let us say financial reasons, at the end of 1 year, he wants to take a 2-year break, work and come back. NEP says we should have curriculum. We say, yes, allow him. But where does he go? Even today, he can go. After 1 year, he can spend, and then maybe university say, okay, then we can come later. But where does he work? If he again goes back to a job, which is like a after school 12th, what is that 1 year added value to him? So the reforms have to, first of all, accept the core principles on which this NEP is built. Once it is accepted, now universities have freedom. The important thing the university has to say is that NEP, curricular frame, they are all guidelines or directional documents. Each university is free to embed in their curriculum the best practices that are mentioned there. If you try to again say, okay, this is what it should be first year, some of the documents are there in some places where they say you should do this. I think that the whole spirit of NEP is lost. Then we always talk about where does, I said at the end of first year, where does he go? At the end of fourth year, where does he go? Today, either we are totally focused on job market and change our curriculum to meet, and we take all input from here and there and then prepare people in expert in areas which they will immediately get a job. But that fellow, unfortunately, is not a lifelong learner. When the job market ceases, then he is into trouble. But universities cannot be blind to the fact that if you are not creating a curriculum which actually provides some career options, it's also a mistake. So this is a big challenge where you understand where the technology is going. We are today talking about Industry 4.0, AI, ML, blockchain. It is now no more computer science. It is all pervasive. So a student who is doing a pharmacy department better know what is IT. A student who is doing mechanical engineering better know what is not just robotics. It's more about AI, ML, data analytics, everything, depending on, of course, where he wants to go. So let this new curriculum that we are thinking of allow students to choose different options. For that, there's no other way than changing our curriculum. I don't want to touch upon assessment. There is a bigger problem. And we are stuck with the Bloom's taxonomy and outcome-based educations. And I'll tell you 70 to 80%, pardon me for saying that, may not even know what it is, but they say we have implemented. So it is a time for our reflection. Don't meddle with curriculum too fast because we are experimenting on poor students. Take the time. We should have the patience. It may take 1, 2, 3 years to implement all the essential things, but that is fine. That's good enough for a university. That's my initial comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Raghurama. That was absolutely, something that I kind of realized as well. Exit points, meaningful exit points during higher education studies. It's not present here. As a counselor myself, I face students who have, say, studied BTech, and probably at the middle of the program, they want to move to another specialization, no options available. They've studied, medicine, have not been able to complete it, have got no option. So they've wasted 2, 3 years, 4 years of their lives and have got nothing to credit whatever they've achieved. So there may have been modules that they have passed, but there is nothing to represent that. So there is no meaningful exit point. And it's sometimes, I'm sure as an academician, it pains you as well that, students don't get that opportunity. And also, I believe India, one of the largest exporters of ITES services, is not able to incorporate their expertise in our education system. I think it's about time that academia and the IT industry kind of collaborate and find some clever ways to bring about these academic changes as well. And I hope that today's discussion is a starting point.
Keep watching EduTV.
Keep watching EduTV.
Keep watching EduTV.
Please keep watching EduTV.
Keep watching EduTV.
Keep watching EduTV.
Keep watching EduTV. And keep watching EduTV.
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 Keep watching EduTV. Thank you.
I am Harshini Sudarshan. I am a grade 12 student studying at Delhi Public School, Bangalore East. For those of you who are watching, at EduTV, we are having a program where we conduct talks and interviews between students and university outreach heads in order to find out more about the colleges that we want to join in and what these colleges and universities are offering to us.
I would like to ask you this, that like as Shamsa said that it was just the beginning of CS at this time. So how have you come into CS, or like what made you think that you should pursue CS at that point of time?
Okay, so I think I came into computer science accidentally because in 1994, when I wanted to, pursue my engineering, so I had a very good rank. In those days, the number one branch was not computer science, it was electronics.
EduTV is also having a taster program, and some of you may know what it is. It is just to get a taste of college life.
Good morning, I am Chaya Khanna, Principal Scholars Home School. I would like to express my gratitude to Pranav for giving this opportunity to our class 12 students to visit Graphic Era. I'm sure our children will know of the many avenues that they are not aware of.
My name is Veda Gopala and I'm from Scholars Home, and I thought it was quite an enriching experience. I really like the campus and the workshop facilities.
So students are taken on a visit to the university or the college premises to get a taste of what is actually college life in those 3 or 4 crucial college years of your life. So you get to know about placements, job opportunities, careers of the future, what that college or the university has to offer to you, how campus life is in general.